Let's talk about current events. Well, I pissed my pants.
Look, to be fair, I feel like I need to explain myself.
Welcome, everybody, to the Bob and Katie Show.
I'm Katie.
And I'm Bob. We've had a lot of stuff happen the past couple weeks. Except for podcasting. That didn't happen.
I think we start out pretty much every episode like that.
Yeah, we're like, hey, we didn't podcast for a couple weeks.
I'm so sorry we've been away. We've had so much. That's the story of our lives. People are like, yeah, whatever. Shut your face.
Like somebody skipping through.
Excuses.
I think I heard this one already.
They say this every time. They lie. They're sitting around their house eating Cheetos.
Sorry, I gotta take these.
Netflix.
I gotta take these headphones. I feel like I got so many cranium accessories. I got glasses since the last time we podcasted or put an episode out. I've had a lot of people say that I look smarter.
Glasses always make people look smarter.
But every time somebody said it, like a part of me was like,
did I look dumb before?
What is that supposed to mean? Like, you know, like I don't, and I understand what people are saying, but it was like for like 2 or 3 days, I was like, oh wow, you look smarter today. And I'm just like, compared to what? How dumb I look yesterday? Is that what you're comparing me to?
Yeah,
like, do I look smarter than that guy?
It's like glasses, they make you look studious. You know, they make you look like you're about to go read a book. And so that translates to people as, oh, you look smarter.
But when you use a word like studious, it makes me realize that the glasses make me just look smarter. It don't actually make me smarter because I don't know what studious means.
Really? Like,
and I got a lisp, so like all these studiouses really throw me off.
Like a student.
So I would look dumber because a couple days ago I was the master.
No, like you're studying.
I got you.
You were the master. The master of what?
The universe. All of it. Okay. It's all mine.
Okay.
Every piece of it. I was like, this is me.
I'm gonna stand back because I don't want to get struck by lightning. You sit over there. Mr.
If we get struck by lightning right now, you ain't going nowhere because you're pretty trapped in where you're at. We're doing something a little.
There was absolutely no context to that. To be like, what the hell did he do to her?
She's like taped down to you're like strapped in a chair with a microphone just dangling in front of your face.
Rope. Like, you will record this podcast with me whether you like it or not.
It's like 50 Shades of Grey podcast style. No, we changed locations in our apartment. We didn't move too far because our apartment's not very
locations. Big. Like, we have a building.
We moved 5 feet.
Instead of sitting at our dining room table, we're sitting in the living room.
At our coffee table. That's actually worse off than our dining room table.
Oh my god. Two of the 4 legs. I'm gonna pee. Oh my god. 2 of the 4 legs, if you lift the table up, the legs will just fall off. Because it's a cheap coffee table, and then we have kids.
Seriously?
And our kids, it's like, they would be in here like some WWE just flipping the table over because it's pretty light.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've seen them just come up to it and just for no good reason, just, I'm gonna flip the table and just, flip it.
I promised you every night that we come in here and I move. When you move the table, you have to grab the one leg because if you don't grab it, it'll fall off.
That leg doesn't help too.
Well, this one does better than that one.
And the kids will just come and they just lean on it and it just moves with them and the like legs just bend.
Every night I think to myself, man, when I go to work tomorrow, because I work in a hardware store, I'm going to get like some wood glue or JB Weld or something.
I don't know. I think our table is past the point of being able to be saved.
Well, I'm not trying to save it. I want to put something on the leg so that I can at least move it a little bit and the leg won't fall off. I'm okay with it being loose. Because, I mean, it's kind of like that egg thing. If you squeeze an egg from the ends, it won't break. If the legs are on it, it'll hold stuff up. But the problem is when I move the table, the legs fall off.
See, my mentality is like every day that we still have it and it's not in the trash because it's completely broken, I'm like, all right, we got one more day's use out of it. Because that's my standards now with 2.5-year-old children running around my house. You can't have it. They will destroy everything. Things you couldn't think of. Right now, our bed sheets have hot pink highlighter on the side. Because, I don't know, it made sense, I guess, to color on the sheets with a highlighter. Stuff like that. It's all day, every day, just like, what can I destroy next? I swear, they just walk around here going, what can I destroy? What can I just break and just completely trash?
For anybody that this is their first episode listening to this, everything is way out of context. They're like, do they just talk about coffee tables and sheets the whole time? Who's tearing things up? What's going on in their house that things are getting destroyed?
I said 2.5-year-old children.
Oh, did you? You know I don't be listening to you.
Who did you think I was talking about? You live here.
I know who you were talking about. I'm talking about anybody that might be new. Doesn't matter.
We're so not getting our deposit back.
Oh no, we're not getting our deposit. We're leaving early. I'm not even sure if we're gonna pay rent the last month.
We have like milk dripping down the wall. I mean, it's dry. It's not like wet. It's
I looked around. I was like, what?
Sorry, it caught my eye. Just talking about all the things that they've like destroyed. There's like this big spot on our living room wall. It's like a wet looking spot with drips going down because it's milk, because our son thought it was a good idea to just spit milk onto the wall. I don't know.
I saw that one day when I was sitting on the couch. That it's like an off-colored spot, and I remember looking at it going, I wonder what that is. Is it urine?
No, it's milk.
Why? No, I mean, I get that it's milk. You just told me it was milk, but I looked at it for like 2 or 3 minutes going, but it didn't concern me enough. I was just like, it's something the kids did. I'm not going to do anything about it. It's
in
just,
their bedroom, they rubbed A&D ointment on the wall.
Yeah. Is it still bad? Like, I haven't seen it lately. Is it?
No, I don't think it's as noticeable as the milk stain in the living room.
We're buying a house. Our first house.
Yeah, that happened since the last.
Sorry, that was a real, I switched that
topic. You started out with like our glasses, like that was like the most exciting thing.
What made me
you started out with glasses. And like, since we recorded last, I got glasses.
These people,
but we've also bought a house and found out the gender of our third child. Like, you put your glasses ahead of those things.
No, I only put my glasses ahead of it because I was wearing these headphones and I had the I just felt like I was in a helmet. Mm-hmm. I'm still not used to it. I'm never going to be used to these glasses. I fell down the stairs outside. Did I tell you that?
You did. It was like the second day you had them.
Well, I had gotten up when we laid down, I took my glasses off because I'm obviously not going to sleep in them. And when I got up the next morning, I was probably here for an hour, wandering around in zombie mode, taking a shower, getting ready for work. And I went and sat down at the table, and I was like, oh, I gotta get my glasses. Went and put them on, and when I put them on, I wasn't used to them again, and everything's kind of like fishbowl-y. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go with it, fishbowl-y.
Yeah.
I start walking down the stairs, and I'm like, I'm taking my time, because I don't know why I just didn't take them off to walk down the stairs. I don't know why.
You gotta get used to them walking up and down the stairs.
So I go down 2 flights of stairs. At the apartment, 2 flights, and I fell on the last step. I kind of tried to step and my
your
heel.
Depth perception.
It was like my heel hit the corner and I just went, hurt my knee. Like my knee hurt all day at work. I drove to work with those glasses like that. It's a lot better now though. Now it's like.
I know whenever we went and picked up your glasses, you were driving. And, we get down the road and I'm like, I probably should have driven because you were talking about how bad your head hurts.
Oh, yeah.
And how everything just looks weird. And I'm like, I don't know if this is safe.
We circle back to glasses.
Sad.
They're talking about glasses again. But no, the reason I brought up the house, we're going to paint because you like painting when we stayed in places before we were allowed to paint.
This is the first time we've ever owned our own home.
Mm-hmm.
We've always rented. Mm-hmm. We've also lived with both of our parents.
Yeah, because that's what poor people do.
All of our parents.
Yeah.
Or whatever. So yeah, like the thought of going, I can paint my walls any color I want is exciting to me.
And you can do it whatever color you want as long as it's not flat paint.
Oh no, flat paint and children don't mix.
That's what this apartment is, and if you look at flat paint the wrong way, it stains.
Like every time one of our kids touch the walls, like there's a mark. Because small children are always either sticky or wet or something. Sticky or wet, like all the time. I don't know why. I wash my children. I bathe them. We wipe their hands and their face off after they eat. Why they're always like wet or something, I don't know.
I can tell you why. The little boy child, he just walks around going,
he spits. He thinks it's so funny. And it's like, it's so nasty to me. They were spitting in an empty cup. This was just like yesterday, I think. They had an empty sippy cup that they got out of the cabinet with no lid on it. Riley, I caught him. He spit in the cup. Like, not spitting out juice. He just spit saliva in the cup. And then Reagan took it and drank it. And I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. No. That is disgusting. But yeah, they do stuff like that. Like, all day. Just, kids are so gross. They're so gross.
They are.
I love them, but they're disgusting.
Reagan went over to this, what is that called?
Linen closet?
Okay. She went over to this linen closet and opened the door, and I see her bend over and she picks something off the floor and it goes straight in her mouth. And I said, whoa! She came over and I was like, give it here. And she took it out and she put it in my hand and I was like, I don't know what the hell this is.
Well, like, they're really past that phase of putting everything in their mouth. They know better, but, like, they'll find stray Cheerios that's, like, God knows how many days old, and they pick it up, like, this is a good idea, let's just eat this.
It looked like a part of an oatmeal cookie. But the problem with that...
We haven't had oatmeal cookies recently.
In a very long time, and I sure as hell have never had oatmeal cookies inside the linen closet. You know what? I didn't throw it away yet. I said, I'm gonna go grab it.
But they go in that linen closet 15 times a day because our apartment is small, so not only do we have linens in the linen closet, but that's where we keep the wrapping paper. And 3 times just today, I've had to tell Riley not to play with a roll of wrapping paper.
Sorry, I'm sitting on the yoga ball. I had to adjust myself. It's quite a sight. It's a 300-pound man sitting on a big blue ball. Look like I should belong in a circus. Okay, here it is. You tell me what that is. Some of it crumbled in my... I hope it's not poop.
No, it's not poop. It's part of a cookie, a chocolate chip cookie.
Were they eating cookies in the linen closet again?
No, but they were they were like playing in the closet.
It was probably in their hair or something and fell out.
Who knows? Who knows? Your guess is as good as mine.
So yeah, it's very exciting. We're going to be homeowners for the very first time. Brand new house. It's getting built.
It kind of terrifies me. Like, I'm excited. It's not even finished being built yet. But I'm like, we do have 2 2-year-olds, and I'm like, oh my God, they're going to destroy this house.
They are. And we just got to go into it with that
like, we're going to have
mind.
This brand new house, and they're going to destroy it.
Because it's a brand new house, we have this service where the builders will come out once within the first year and kind of like touch up things. Mm-hmm. And the way he described it to me, he was like, yeah, sometimes when a house sets, you'll see the nails start coming back out in the ceiling. And I was like, what? But I guess that's a common thing. Mm-hmm. And he's like, yeah, have them come out at like around the 11th month because it's only good for one time for 1 year. So he basically was like, put it back as far as you can and they'll get more stuff. And like, I'm worried that they're going to come in and go, what the hell happened in here? It's a brand new house. It's only been 11 months.
Yeah, like, it has carpet, which I hate carpet.
We won't keep that forever.
Oh my gosh, carpet and small children just do not mix. So much stress in my life comes from trying to keep our carpets decently, somewhat resembling clean. And oh my gosh, it's so stressful. And I'm like, I hate carpet. But anyway, the house has carpet. Carpet wasn't a big enough thing to be a deal breaker. So I'm like, oh God, I gotta get a carpet cleaner.
The main thing is that nobody will be living underneath us.
Oh, praise Jesus.
That is like the amount of stress that's going to come off of me personally. Mm-hmm. Because a small child, when they get upset, will throw themselves on the floor. And our kids kick the floor. And I think it's because they know.
They know that
that's
what we don't want them to do.
I cringe when it happens.
So you informed our downstairs neighbors, which is this really sweet elderly couple. I think we've talked about them before. You informed them the other day when you ran into them that,
they're happy.
That we were moving and yeah.
He said, when? So like all fast. He was like, when are you moving? And like I told him, it was like,
fast
it's probably going to be around May and it's February now. And like, I seen him like, oh, okay.
Darn.
Like, that's like,
they're going to like throw a block party. Everybody in our whole building is going to celebrate when we move.
I'm telling you, we should buy them a cake. I'm not even joking.
We came home from the playground today. And we come upstairs, and before we can get in the door, both children were, like, running back and forth, screaming.
Out on, like, the wood, it's a wooden walkway, So
like right by everybody's door.
Yeah, and it's just loud.
They're screaming. And I was like, Riley, you have to, because Riley was doing it worse. I was like, you gotta chill it down a little bit. And he said, I gotta be quiet. And he's like screaming it. I was like, yes, you have to be quiet.
Like, sometimes I wonder, like, what our neighbors think. They're, cause like all day long, they just hear children, like, running, screaming, crying, banging.
And they probably hear me yelling.
The old man looked at me.
Put that down. Don't do that. 1, 2.
The old man looked at me and he goes, it sounds like sometimes they pick up heavy things and just drop them. And I'm like,
Yeah.
that's what they do.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I think to myself, I'm just like, these people probably like, when do they sleep? Like, we hear these kids and all this ruckus going on all day long. And then at 1 o'clock in the morning, we hear the man and the woman talking to each other for like 3 hours. Cause like we normally talk in the kitchen, which in a small apartment is right over by the door. And when you're by the door, like when we talk, people definitely can hear us out there if they're standing out there, which this late at night, I doubt there isn't. But I mean, like, we have a very active household.
Yeah. Between how late I usually stay up and how early in the morning you get up, there's really only a period of like 3 or 4 hours where our house is
There's
just
nothing
quiet.
going on. Yeah. So the house is going to take a lot of stress away. It's going to add some stress for sure. We're going into debt, the most debt we've ever gone into.
It's terrifying to me. Like, when we were making the decision, like, okay, this is the one. Because it's one thing to look at houses.
Mm-hmm.
It's one thing to go, yeah, okay, I want to go see it, and to look at it and go, oh yeah, this would be nice. I could see us living here. But when you get to the point where you're like, pick one.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, this is the one. This is how much it costs. You're gonna, be paying for this for 30 years. That's terrifying to me.
And what got me was the bank was like, cool, you're approved. And I just want to be like, really? Are you sure?
I really don't think I can afford this, but
like,
if you
here's
say
the thing. We're not poor, but we're as close to poor as you can get without being poor. Like, our bills are paid and that's it. You know what I mean? Like, we're not going out spending money on too much of anything. Like, it's week to week. Like, if my job, if I lost my job, we're evicted within a month and a half. I mean, like, that's where we're at. And when you get approved for a loan, they're like, we want 2 months of your bank statements. And I'm like, oh God, here.
Like, that is one of the most, I don't know, that's one of the most scary things to me. Like, somebody looking at your bank statements. Because that's every transaction, that you've made through your bank account.
Right.
So, like, every time you've had fast food, and every time we've gone to Walmart, and, just every little transaction, I'm like, It's almost like someone seeing you naked. Like, I felt very exposed. Like, they're looking at our bank account.
Well, I didn't feel like that so much. It just concerned me. And I wouldn't bring this up to them because I liked the decision that they made.
Like, oh crap, they're going to see there's never any money in our bank account.
I know, that's what I was thinking. But yeah, they were like, yeah, we'll give you a loan. And I'm like, are you sure? You saw our bank account. You know that I don't have any money. I don't, you saw it. I gave you documentation of how broke I am. And you were like, okay, we're going to give you $100,000 and some odd $1,000. It seems crazy to me. And like, it's me, like, I'm like, yeah, I want the money. But that logical part of my brain's going, if I was the bank and I looked at this guy's bank account, I'd be like, I ain't giving him no money.
I was talking to my dad.
This guy's on the edge of being bankrupt.
I was talking to my dad about it. When we were beginning the process of actually buying this house, and I told him, I was like, it's so scary to me. It's such a big decision. My stomach was in knots for days. Mm-hmm. And I joked, I was like, it's like it's an even bigger commitment than like having kids, because the kids, you got them 18 years and then they're gone. And then my dad's laughing. He was like, 18 years? What are you talking about?
Somebody said this to me. Who was it? It was my boss. I was talking to my boss about this same thing, about buying a house versus having kids. Yeah, no.
30. You're going to sign a paper going, I promise to make these payments for 30 years. That's so long.
This is what she says to me. She goes, if you give the kids up,
like give them away?
Yeah, just like, send them to whatever it is, DS.
Like an orphanage?
Like if you're just like, I don't want these kids anymore.
Drop them off at the doorstep of a church or something?
Yeah,
Oh my
listen
gosh.
to what I'm about to say. If you just give your kids away, it doesn't hurt your credit at all. It doesn't affect your credit one bit. But
oh my God. Why would somebody even need to know that?
if you let a house go, oh, you are ruined for the rest of your life. But you could be.
It's like, to me, it's a bigger commitment than having children. And having children is, anybody who knows us, obviously not something we take for granted or take lightly. So, to me, I'm like, this is huge. This is like one of the biggest investments, biggest purchases a person can ever make.
Wait, I'm confused. Are they talking about giving their children away?
No! Oh my God. They drive me crazy, but I love them.
Yeah. I still get mad about, like, not mad, but it frustrates me to how frustrated I can get. And then they'll come up and hug me, and then it's better, and I'm like, nothing else, not even you, can do that.
No.
Because, like, if you piss me off, and it's bad, like, if you make me really upset, and then you come up and try to give me a hug, I'm like, get off of me! I don't want to.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that happened just the other day.
But, like, if a kid, like, if a 2-year-old runs up and he's like, I love you, daddy, it doesn't matter how mad you are. Like, you just,
yeah,
God, melt.
It's the relationship between parent and child is unlike any other, ever. Because they can frustrate you and push your buttons and make you angry, more angry than anybody else on the face of the earth.
Right.
And then, yeah, you can instantly forget what they just made you angry about because you love them so darn much. Reagan was in there screaming at me the other day. I don't even remember why. This girl, she throws temper tantrums and she turns into like the Hulk. My 2-year-old little princess. My little blonde-haired, blue-eyed baby girl. She gets mad and she just throws things and she growls and screams and she was in there screaming at me. She tries to do bodily harm to me when she's mad. Like, she pinches and scratches me. She hits me. We're working on that. And then, like, my approach is I try to ignore temper tantrums as much as I can. Like, if she starts to hit her brother and stuff like that, can't ignore that. I try to ignore the best I can. So it was just like she flipped a switch. Like, she was like, okay, I'm done. And she comes up and she hugs me around my legs.
Yeah, it's over. I don't want to do this anymore.
And was like, I can't remember. She asked for, like, more juice or something. Like,
she was thirsty from screaming.
Yeah. Yeah. And they said please and everything. And I was like,
and we don't spoil them. We don't have we don't have the income to spoil them. But she knows that she is the princess.
Oh yeah, she started letting everybody know the other day.
And we have audio proof.
Yeah, we do.
So if you haven't seen, because we put this video up, was it on our personal page or I think it was our personal page.
You posted on your Facebook page, I think.
So we got this video and you can hear her saying, I'm the princess. But she knows.
Well, and, like, we call her princess sometimes, but it's not, like, all the time. We have several, like, nicknames that we call them. And it's just one that we call her sometimes, not even every day. But the other day, I don't know why, it just really stuck. And then she started walking around talking about, I'm the princess. And, like, she even does, like, this hand thing. Mm-hmm. I'm the princess.
So I got her and I looked at her and I said, who's the princess? Like, trying to trip her up? She didn't miss a beat.
No, she's on it.
But if you haven't heard it yet, here it goes. It's pretty awesome. Who's the princess?
I'm the princess.
It's crazy. It wasn't too long ago. That was inside of your stomach.
Yeah.
It wasn't too long before that. It was inside my man bag.
Oh my gosh.
Like, it's crazy how far, like, these two children have come.
They're smart. They're so smart. They have conversations about letters.
Yeah.
They'll be in the backseat of the car talking about W. And they just, like, count and say their letters. And so, like, just randomly, in the car, we do this a lot in the car. I'll go, okay, guys, you want to count? And we'll count to 10 together. Or, we'll say ABCs or sing the ABC song or something together. And, like, just tonight, I was washing dishes after dinner, and they were in here helping you pick up the living room. And I was like, let's say our ABCs. And, like, I'm not saying they can say their ABCs by themselves. But they know, like, I can say a letter, and they know what comes next.
It's so weird, man.
They're two. It's that dang Super Washo.
Now,
I can't take all the credit.
But and things are changing constantly. Constantly. Like, you're pregnant again. By the way, the goodness, the feedback we got off of that video. Thank you guys.
Oh, for anybody who hasn't seen, we posted a video. We did Facebook Live for our gender reveal that we did with our family. Because it was just like our immediate family. Both sides of our family all got together, and we sprayed silly string, to let everybody know that it was a boy. So yeah, if you haven't caught the video, it is on our Facebook page. And for anybody who's curious and doesn't know, yeah, we found out it's a boy.
Now, my favorite part of it is right there at the end, after we get sprayed, you turn your head to the left and you try to yell, "It's a boy." And as soon as you said boy, I had a can of that stuff and just went,
You sprayed it right in my mouth.
I wasn't trying to go for your mouth.
Like, my mouth was wide open. You sprayed it right in my mouth, and it tasted so nasty. I don't know what silly string is made out of, but I'm positive it does not go in your mouth. And I had, like, the worst taste in my mouth for, like, half an hour after that. It was so gross.
Anyways, my point was, the feedback and, like, response and views has been out of control. So thank you, everybody. It's really, it makes you feel good, like, I feel like, it's so much support out there.
Yeah. I mean, this is obviously, it's special to us. It's our kid. We were really, really excited to tell everybody, because we've kind of known for about 7 weeks that it was a boy, and
I wasn't even at that appointment. You sent me the picture.
Yeah, I had an ultrasound with my high-risk doctor. I was only 12 and a half weeks. And it was my first visit with him for this pregnancy. And they did an ultrasound, and we saw boy parts. And yeah, you didn't even go with me.
Now, for
because
anybody,
I didn't think we were going to find out. It was so early.
For anybody that doesn't know, because I was one of those people, you're not really supposed to be able to find out then.
Yeah, that's really early. That's really early.
But they got a shot right between his legs.
Like, a doctor's office won't schedule you to find out the gender that early.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was there, and we're like, well, just to be safe, we'll wait until the next ultrasound, because my next one was going to be 19 and a half weeks. Definitely by then you can tell, if it has boy parts or girl parts. So it was like, it was pretty obvious.
Yeah.
Like, I showed you the ultrasound picture. It was pretty obvious to us, but we still wanted to wait just to be on the safe side. I don't know why I thought it could change. Like, if it was the other way around, if they had said it was a girl, I would have really wanted to wait, but I was like, it's really early. We'll just wait.
Yeah.
So we've had to sit on this information for 7 weeks.
A long time.
And it's so hard to keep that secret. So hard. And like, my mom knew because she was at the appointment with me. And so yeah, she wasn't supposed to find out, but she saw it along with me at the first ultrasound, and I swore her to secrecy.
And she did a good job. I'm pretty proud of her.
Yeah, she did. And then my best friend knew because, she's my best friend. And so she had to keep it a secret. And so I've had a couple of people.
Now, did Megan know before I did?
No, she found out the same day you did.
Okay.
She found out the day I had the appointment. And then your sister, she knew. She didn't know the whole time, but she knew, like, before most of the rest of our family. So she had to keep it a secret.
You know what? This is going to be really, really random. And, cause that's how my mind works. You talked about your best friend, which is Megan, right? Mm-hmm. I went, oh, remember that one time that Megan did a podcast? Cause she called it Midnight at Megan's. It was just one episode. Mm-hmm. It was like, it was like a half a year ago or something like that. Like, it's not even there anymore. And, I thought to myself, I kind of enjoyed it. And then my brain said, you know what else I enjoy? Beard Wags. Do you remember Beard Wags?
Mm-hmm.
They haven't put out anything in a long time. I don't think they're doing anymore. Now, about 25 to 30% of our listeners are from the UK.
That's so awesome.
And I know a good percentage of that has something to do with the crossovers we were doing with Beard Wags. So,
yeah, if
anybody knows those guys, send them a message from Bob and Katie that we'd like them to put another episode up. Because,
well,
I miss them. You never listen to it.
I listened to some of their stuff.
But
you made me sound like a jerk. Like, you didn't listen to them. Like, you don't like.
Oh, wait, we're talking about Beard Wags? Yeah. Can you listen to that all the time? I remember. They can't see that finger. If you want to say something, you want to out loud. Go ahead, out loud.
I hate you so much sometimes.
I believe you. I believe you. Speaking of going into debt with a new house and having a baby and just all the crap we're fixing to go through, Patreon.com/The Bob and Katie Show.
Oh my gosh.
If you'd like to help support the show and our bad decisions. No, we're not making bad decisions.
Bad decisions. It was a very, very well thought out decision.
It was a very, I don't know about well thought out, but we did the best we could.
What was thought out, that was for sure.
Yeah.
I don't think any more thought could have possibly been put into it.
You can go to Patreon.com/The Bob and Katie Show and contribute as little as $1 and as most as $1 million. I think you do more than $1 million. Whatever you feel like, just do it.
What's that thing? How much do they have to do the creeper thing?
Oh, the rewards.
Do that.
You're on the show. I creep you all the time.
No, to somebody else.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to give me $15.
No, I have no money.
You're right. Hang on a sec. I'll pull it up. Talk. Keep going while I'm looking for it.
I don't know what you want me to say right now.
Anything. Say your ABCs. How does
I say ABCs all the time.
How does Riley say letters? Can you do that? Can you make that noise?
I don't think I can say it like him. He's like,
Weathers.
no, I can't do it like him. It's so cute though. I love how he says fresh diaper. Cause like, we're potty training and, it's slow going. Riley, he's like, I think he kind of has a mentality.
The mentality? Is this what happens when I give you free reign of the podcast?
The mentality that it's like, why should I pee in the potty and go through all this work, if I can just pee in my diaper? So he's quick to bring me a diaper, but it's fresh diaper. Mommy, I got my fresh diaper.
Yeah.
My fresh diaper. It's so cute.
So Patreon.com/The Bob and Katie Show. For $1, you become a patron. And for that $1, you get access to all the bonus stuff that we put out on the Patreon site, which we have quite a few episodes now. And we're actually going to be recording another episode as soon as we're done here and doing something a little different. I'm not going to talk about it, but something a little strange that we've never done before. And I'm excited about it. And honestly, it's probably going to turn out bad, but you won't find out until you become a patron. The next reward is the Stick This, which is $5. And Katie will write you a letter, maybe, because she has 2 of them she hasn't written yet.
Do that. You keep letting me forget.
And we'll mail the letter and a sticker right to your door, so don't forget to put your address in. And then the Creeper Cast, which is $15. This is the one Katie was just...
Yeah!
What we do is, you have to give us your name and whatnot. We're going to look for you.
With your money.
Yeah. And your
we
money.
want your money and your name, your personal information.
But we start looking at Facebook, if MySpace, if you got that. Twitter. I'll Google you. We'll check, public law records. Like we're going to find everything we can about you and we're going to talk about it.
You're going to scare people away.
Somebody's going to want to do it.
I'm trying to get somebody to sign over that. You're going to scare people away.
And then for $25, you can actually be our guest. You're not going to sing it?
I did it last time.
That was, it's all about what have you done for me lately.
I'm growing you a child.
Oh,
Cut me some slack. I can use that as an excuse for the next 4 months, okay?
Now, if you don't have money to do that, because, hey, I get it. And if I had the money to do it, I wouldn't be asking you for yours. It would really, really help us out if you just subscribed on iTunes and share.
Leave us a review.
Yeah, leave us a review.
On iTunes.
And share the episodes. That's the biggest thing, because the only way for a podcast to grow is for somebody to go, hey, have you heard this? That's it. That's it. So it's on you guys. At this point, it's your fault. So y'all need to get get it fixed.
I feel like a jerk.
I think it's time for some current events.
I peed myself the other day.
Not that current.
Oh.
Wow. Okay.
We were talking about stuff that's happened recently.
It's like,
God, as much as you pick on me, I'm surprised that wasn't the first thing you said. Katie peed on herself the other day.
oh, good Lord. Katie.
Why is your face red?
I can't even get the words out. You've become so
Why is your face so red?
sheltered.
It was me who peed on myself.
You've become so sheltered and like, I'm taken aback really about what just happened. If I went to any other person on the planet and said, hey, let's talk about current events, I can't think of one other person that would go, oh, well, I peed myself. Like most people go,
it's like, yeah, we bought a house and I peed on myself. That's been my life recently.
when you mention current events to the normal populace, it's what's in the news. You know what I mean? Not.
I was talking about my current events, my own personal current events.
Let's talk about current events. Well, I pissed my pants.
Look, to be fair, I feel like I need to explain myself.
No, I'm not going to let you. I'm going to move on. We're just going to let everybody. Katie's just walking around peeing her pants all the time, and she's trying to potty train 2 children, so I don't know what in the world's going on in my house. There's splatters on that wall over there. She tells me it's milk, but I'm not sure.
No, I was choking. I drank some water, and it went down the wrong way.
I watched it.
And so you
I saw it happen.
I was choking. And I was coughing really hard.
I went through, like, I don't care about what happened to you. I went through a roller coaster of emotions. Because I'm sitting there, and
I'm gonna feel
I'm sitting there, and I hear you go, and, like, I turn and look at you, because, like every American family, when we spend time together, it's you sit on the couch and I sit on the red chair and we look at the TV.
We ignore each other.
But I turn around and look at you like I had to turn my body to see you. Like we're not even like that close to each other. And you're going, and I was like, are you okay? Are you choking? And like, you didn't talk. And that's a good sign of like somebody's choking. And then all of a sudden you jump up and run away.
Well, I was like coughing because it just like went down, you know?
Well, I didn't know that.
And so I was coughing, and because I was coughing so hard, I peed myself. Like a lot.
Well, I didn't. Yeah. So.
Like I had to go change my pants.
We're going to get back to my point of view. I don't know what's going on. All I know is I have a pretty good idea she's choking, but then she gets up and runs away like a butterfly.
I'm sure I was just
like,
ungrateful.
You ran. And once again, small apartment, you only ran 7 feet and then you disappeared into a dark door, which happened to be the bathroom. And then after about 10 seconds, it clicked. And that's when I started laughing. I was like, she started choking. And I looked over on the couch just to see if there was some wet spots, but there wasn't. So I'm laughing and I hear you go, don't laugh at me!
I was laughing at myself at that point.
Now, I'm still sitting in the chair, and just a minute or so later, you walk out of the bathroom. You have no pants on, no underwear, and you make a hard right and go into the bedroom. And I'm just like, dear God. Like, it wasn't a dribble. When you have to take your pants and underwear completely off, it's more than a dribble. So.
You said, it was that bad on
I'm seriously just sitting in my living room going, man, I live with 3 other people and they're just walking around pissing themselves. Like, I'm going to have to start buying them adult Depends. Are you okay? You going? She's leaving. Wow.
I don't want to pee myself again.
Okay, so it's just me. How you guys doing? It's kind of intimate. I get that. Wow, she's coughing and peeing really hard. Wow, she's like, oh my goodness, this is what I deal with. This is what I live with. I literally have 2 2-year-olds who walk around peeing all over the place, throwing milk on the walls. My wife is pregnant, moody. She's peeing herself. Apparently when you're pregnant, it causes mucus issues. It's really gross. You hear her coughing? Like she does it all the time now. She's always like stuffing her nose, just like all kinds of stuff like that. She's breathing hard. Like if she talks too much, But I love her. God bless her. Hey, welcome back. You okay? Did you make it?
Yeah.
Well, you still got your pants on, so.
Yeah, it was like a preemptive potty
Good.
break.
Good job. Now, I really do want to talk about current events outside of our current events.
Are we going to talk about that, what did that girl say? Catch me outside?
I don't want to talk about that stupid girl.
But
I think she
what
said,
that meant.
I think she said, catch me outside. Or something like that. I don't know. I don't want to talk about that.
Okay, we're not talking about it.
You really want to talk about it? I think it's so stupid.
It is stupid. But how much other stupid stuff do we talk about?
All of it.
Yeah, there you go.
I tell you what.
I need some water. I laughed so hard it like made my throat hurt.
This is the mucus thing I was telling you about a few minutes ago. She's got mucus coming out everywhere. It's freaking gross, man.
Oh my gosh.
No, you let me talk. Anybody that doesn't have kids yet, and you hear these women go, oh, pregnancy's a beautiful, beautiful thing. It's really not. It's scary and gross pretty much the whole time.
I have a couple, I guess, more uncommon, I think, pregnancy symptoms, and, congestion.
Self-urination, congestion.
Stop.
All right,
so,
sorry.
my nose is runny, all the time, and I'm not sick. It happened last time when I was pregnant, too. It's I have extra mucus in my nose. And then, carpal tunnel. I have carpal tunnel in my hands, and it'll go away after I have the baby. Because it happened last time. It was, weird. I said, I think those are, a little less common than, morning sickness and stuff like that. It's lovely. So anyway, I don't even know how the conversation got started the other day, but we were talking about all the memes, the catch me outside, and you brought it up, and I was like, I don't even know what that means. I didn't know where it originated from. I thought it was a song or something that I had never heard.
Oh, is that one song that just came out? The Catch Me Outside?
I didn't know. I had no idea. And I had seen probably 100 memes, and I was like, well, I don't know what that means. And you were like, you've never seen it? So you pulled up the clip on YouTube and showed me this girl getting interviewed on Dr. Phil.
Out of control, man. I just want to be like...
She got up in her mama's face, and I was like, I want to beat her.
Yeah.
I wanted to go through the TV and just beat her butt for her mama.
I love my kids, but they ain't gonna jump up in my face and act like that girl. The cops will be in here acting like it's a game of Clue and be like, we think Bob did it with the candlestick in the podcast room.
No. Just no. And she was talking about stealing her mama's car? Oh my God.
Yeah, and then he asked her why. She's like, well, she left the keys in there. That's not a reason.
How is your mom not punch you in the face?
I don't know. I feel like I really don't want to go any further about the Cash Me Outside girl.
Sorry. Okay. I'm done.
I'm sorry. I just
found out where it originated. Could you give me a tissue? Sorry, I thought it might be easier for you to get over there than me. I'm sorry.
I'm not editing that out.
You better.
I'm not.
Why? Nobody wants to hear me blow my nose.
Because I want sympathy pain, that's why.
Why is people going to feel sorry for you?
Because
it's me that's growing a human inside of my body. Why do you want people to feel sorry for you? Oh my
God, I know you're growing a baby. Trust me, things in my house have never been as stressful as they are right now.
What?
I can't believe how far your fingers go inside your nose. Can we continue now?
Gosh, why are you giving me such a hard time?
All right, last night, Super Bowl 51.
Oh, man.
I've got two different things I want to talk about with this is Bob O'Clock News.
Oh, okay. Welcome to the Bob O'Clock News.
Okay, I wanted the Patriots to win. Not because I cared if the Patriots won or not, but I definitely wanted Atlanta to lose.
I had mixed emotions. I don't like Atlanta.
And I feel like us being married, you shouldn't have had mixed emotions. You should have been like, Bob, I got your back.
Okay, I did not want Atlanta to win. Did not. But then the only other choice was the Patriots. Well, if the Patriots had lost the game right before the Super Bowl, it would have been the Steelers going to the Super Bowl.
I get that.
Instead of the Patriots. So they're the ones who knocked my team out from going. So yeah, I had a little bit of emotions about that.
With football, there's a lot of people who have teams that they just hate. And I've never had that before. I just have a team that I really love.
Because everybody hates your team.
Yeah, everybody. I pull for Dallas. Everybody hates Dallas.
I don't hate Dallas.
Here's my problem. 2 games. You're killing me. Did you just fart? Was that a fart? Did you fart? Your body made a noise and your eyeballs twitched. What happened?
Oh God, look at me starting.
That poor girl's just coughing and choking, and I think he's got her tied to a chair. What just happened? Did you fart? Just shake your head yes or no.
I don't want to tell you.
You don't want to tell me. Everybody's in suspense now. Can you please just tell us what happened just now?
Why?
Did you fart?
Maybe.
Like, what happened? Were you choking?
No.
You just... Okay, cool. Whatever, we'll move on. We'll move on. Atlanta won a game in the playoffs. Now, they moved on to the championship, and they would be playing the winner of the Dallas/Green Bay game, which hadn't happened yet. But when they won the game, they immediately, somebody in their organization made a Facebook event for the championship game with Green Bay. So like, they just were like, oh, Dallas is going to lose. Like, it was really unprofessional. Now, I'm okay with smack talk. I get it. I'm not offended or anything like that, but I was just like, man, that's beat up. And then it pissed me off. And then Dallas actually lost. And I'm like, F Atlanta. I'm done with them. Now I got a team that I hate. And the fact that everybody in the United States and anywhere that watches football last night was like, oh my gosh, Atlanta's gonna win. They're killing them. And then they lost. It was beautiful.
I know, we actually didn't start watching the game until like halftime. Because our kids were going crazy and stuff.
We didn't even watch the halftime show until after it was over to get on YouTube.
Anyway, we watched the second half of the game though. And so the second half starts and like the score is like 3-21. And then Atlanta scores like another touchdown like right after that. So it was like 3-28. And I turned and looked at you. I said, wouldn't it be funny if the Patriots came back and won this game? And you said, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, I looked at you. I looked at you and said, the Patriots are not going to win. All that Atlanta has to do is get the ball and run it. Mm-hmm. And if they run the ball, the clock's going to go down and they're going to lose this game. And I crap you not, the very next play, Ryan drops back to throw a pass, gets tackled, loses the ball. And I was just like, well, here it goes. All he had to do was hand the ball off and run it.
I also made another comment to you. My mind just went blank. What did I say?
Wow.
My mind went completely blank. Oh, I made another comment to you about how
pregnancy brain going on.
I was like, I hate it when, any football game, like if one team completely dominates the whole time.
That's no fun.
It's like not as entertaining to watch, but especially when it's the Super Bowl. Like I want to see a good game. Really, this is supposed to be the top 2 teams in the NFL this season. And so when one team just like completely dominates the whole game, it doesn't make for an entertaining game.
Well, that game got entertaining real fast. It did.
Like, to the last minute. Well, it went into overtime. The first Super Bowl ever to go into overtime. So yeah, it did get really entertaining. So I enjoyed it.
Some people listening right now are going, is this a sports podcast now? Like, they just talked about sports for a long time. He said it was going to be Bob O'Clock News. That doesn't sound like a Bob O'Clock News story. Are you ready for the Bob O'Clock News part of the Super Bowl? Here we go. A ticket, the minimum ticket, $5,000.
So that's the cheapest ticket.
That's the cheapest ticket.
Nosebleed section.
Yeah. Horrible seats to get into the Super Bowl. $5,000. Well, there were 4 kids last night. that all wanted to go to the Super Bowl and didn't have $20,000. Not to mention it was sold out, right? So they got a ladder.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. They all carried the ladder, like a big extension ladder, up to one of the gates and said, "Excuse me," and walked past the security.
With a ladder.
With a ladder.
4 children carrying a ladder, and nobody thought it was suspicious.
One of them, like, you could see where they had put like a back harness on. You know, like when you see people that like move furniture and whatnot with like a back brace type of thing.
Uh-huh.
And they wore like, you know, like Dickies, like they made themselves kind of look like workers a little bit, and just walked in. Now, like, how did that come about? They were like, "Hey, we want to go to the football game. We have this ladder. Should we climb over a wall?" And somebody goes, "No, just walk in." What do you mean just walk in? Just let's carry the ladder and walk in. They walked past the security guards, right? Past the ticket booth. Wow. Carrying a ladder because to everybody's mind, they were like, "Oh, well, they're going to work on something."
We don't. It's crazy to me, but
they stayed and watched the entire game, Katie. They got to watch the entire Super Bowl game.
We've been to an NFL game.
And it's strict.
It was not at the same stadium. We went and saw Dallas Cowboys. But, yeah, there was no way we were just gonna walk in the door. They had to, like, you know, search you and all kinds of mess. Like, there was a process of getting inside. So these 4 kids just walk in through security carrying a ladder.
A ladder.
And nobody gave it a second thought.
Nope.
Blows my mind.
The only reason that anybody even found out is because, like any other child or person nowadays,
they posted about it on social media, didn't they?
All over social media.
Like, I don't know if that's smart on their behalf or dumb.
It's pretty incredible. Okay, I got one more story for you. We're gonna end it on this one. But I'm gonna do something kind of weird this time. I'm actually gonna read it.
Okay.
You feel free to, like, chime in, ask questions, make fun of it, correct the words that I pronounce incorrectly, like whatever you want to do, just talk. The very first word, I don't know how to pronounce it. Shenana, India. Whatever this town is in India, I can't say it. Doctors got the shock of their lives after a woman said something was bugging her last week. A woman rushed to a clinic after she felt something go up her nose in the middle of the night.
Oh, no!
The New Indian Express reported.
What do you mean, like, what do you mean she felt something go up her nose in the middle, like, while she was sleeping? Like, it was big enough that it woke her up?
Yeah. The woman, Selva, a domestic worker. What does that mean, domestic worker?
She might be like a maid or something like that.
Okay. I'm poor, so I don't got no domestic workers walking around, I guess.
No, she probably works in someone's household. Gotcha. A maid, a nanny, a cook, something along that lines. Along that lines. Oh my gosh.
Was referred to the government Stanley Medical College Hospital, where a nasal endoscopy, is that right, revealed that a cockroach had traveled inside her skull between her eyes.
Oh my God!
I could not explain the feeling. I could not explain the feeling, but I was sure it was some kind of insect. There was a tingling, crawling sensation whenever it moved.
Oh, I'm gonna throw up.
It gave me a burning sensation in my eyes. I spent the entire night in discomfort, sitting up and waiting for dawn. Yeah, she had to wait all night long.
I guess there was no, like, emergency
to go to the
room
hospital,
that
yeah.
she could go to?
Holy
crap.
After getting the reference from the doctor, so this is like the second night. This is night number 2 that she's like,
oh my God.
Okay, Mr. M.M. Shankar, or Dr. Shankar, said it was the first time he'd removed a live cockroach from a woman's head in his 3 decades of practice. The doctors faced difficulties removing the critter because it was in a location in the woman's head. It took 45 minutes for the doctors to pull out the cockroach using clamps and suction. I had to first drag it to a place from where I could pull it out, Shankar said. The doctor said that if the roach had remained in the woman's head, it eventually would have died there, putting the woman at risk for infection. You with me? For 2 nights, this woman felt a cockroach moving around.
My skin is crawling.
Inside of her
From
brain.
my head to my toes, my skin is crawling. I really can't imagine many more things that's more horrible than that. That poor woman.
2 days. 2 days.
I don't know what, I'd be like banging my head against the wall. Like, you coming out. Oh my God. And it was still alive.
Yeah, it was moving around for 2 days in her brain. If you like this episode, don't forget to share it on social media. Leave us a review on iTunes. Go to thebobandkatieshow.com. Sign up for our mailing list. Go to patreon.com/thebobandkatieshow. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. We're all up in your business. Come find us. Communicate with us. Ask us questions. Other people have asked us questions over the past week, and I completely forgot to answer them. So maybe next week. But until then, find your laugh.
Find your happy.
I'm a princess.